6 Laws of Maturity. Welcome to the YouTube channel, Auto Millionaire Mindset. In life, everyone grows older, but very few people truly grow up. We chase goals, chase people, chase success, but we forget that real progress has nothing to do with age and everything to do with maturity. Let me ask you something. Have you ever wondered why some people stay stuck in the same patterns, the same emotions, the same cycles year after year, while others evolve, elevate, and transform their entire lives? It's not luck. It's not talent. It's not intelligence. It's maturity. And maturity is not a gift. It is a set of laws. 6 laws that determine whether you stay trapped in your old self or rise to a version of you that even you haven't met yet. Today, in this video, I'm going to take you through the 6 laws of maturity in depth, with real-life understanding and with insights powerful enough to shift your mindset forever. These aren't just lessons. These are tools to help you build discipline, emotional intelligence, confidence, and inner peace. So take a deep breath, sit back, and get ready, because once you understand these laws, you will never look at yourself, your relationships, or your life the same way again. Welcome to Auto Millionaire Mindset, where growth is non-negotiable and becoming unstoppable is the goal. Let's begin. Law 1. Control yourself, not others. Maturity begins with one of the hardest truths most people refuse to accept. You cannot control other people, not their actions, not their emotions, not their choices, not their loyalty, not their words. But you can control something far more powerful: yourself. Think about how much energy people waste trying to change others. We get frustrated when people don't treat us the way we expect. We get angry when someone doesn't apologize. We feel hurt when people don't understand us, don't support us, or don't behave the way we think they should. But here's the truth. People are not remote controls. You cannot press a button and expect them to behave how you want. The more you try to control others, the more disappointed you become. The more you try to force someone to act differently, the more resistance you create. And the more you expect from people who are not capable of giving, the more you suffer. Maturity begins the moment you stop trying to manipulate the outside world and start mastering your inner world. Let me break this down. 1. You control your reactions. No one makes you mad. You choose to react with anger. No one hurts your feelings. Their action is theirs, but the meaning you attach to it is yours. Mature people don't let others dictate their emotional state. Immature people say, "They made me feel this way." Mature people say, "I allowed myself to feel this way, and I can choose differently." 2. You control your boundaries. You can't control how someone behaves, but you can control how much access they get to you. You can't control if someone lies, but you can control whether they stay in your life. You can't control disrespect, but you can control your presence. You can walk away, refuse, and protect your energy. Weak boundaries create constant pain. Strong boundaries create peace. 3. You control your standards. People treat you based on what you tolerate, what you allow, what you accept. Maturity is raising your standards so high that disrespect can't reach you. Not because you think you're better, but because you finally understand your worth. 4. You control your actions. You can't control whether someone appreciates you, but you can control being a good person. You can't control whether someone recognizes your effort, but you can control giving your best. You can't control how life unfolds, but you can control how you move in it. 5. You control your focus. If someone doesn't value you, focus on valuing yourself. If someone doesn't choose you, choose yourself. If life closes one door, focus on the next opportunity. Your focus determines your reality. 6. You control your healing. Blaming others keeps you stuck. Taking responsibility sets you free. It's not about saying everything was your fault. It's about realizing that healing is your job, not theirs. 7. The freedom of self-control. Once you stop trying to control others, life becomes lighter. You stop being frustrated by things that are outside your influence. You stop demanding from people who have nothing to give. You stop expecting maturity from those who haven't grown. You begin to understand. Peace is not something others give to you. It is something you give to yourself. And here's the irony. The more you control yourself, the more influence you naturally gain over others. People respect those who have emotional discipline. People listen to those who don't react impulsively. People follow those who lead themselves first. So ask yourself, are you trying to change others or trying to change yourself? You'll find maturity in one of those paths, and misery in the other. This is the first law of maturity. Law 2. Expect nothing, appreciate everything. Maturity deepens the moment you learn to release expectations, not because you lower your standards, but because you free your heart from disappointment. Let me say something that may feel uncomfortable at first. Expectations are the root of most emotional pain. Not life, not people, not circumstances, but the expectations you silently build in your mind. You expect people to be kind because you're kind. You expect loyalty because you're loyal. You expect understanding because you understand. You expect respect because you give respect. But the world doesn't work that way. People don't act based on your heart. They act based on theirs. The more you expect, the more you assume, the more you build invisible rules for how others should behave, the more likely you are to feel hurt, disappointed, and frustrated. Maturity teaches you a powerful lesson. Expect nothing. Appreciate everything. Let's break this down step by step, because this mindset can completely transform your peace, your happiness, and your relationships. 1. Expectations create illusions. When you expect something from someone, you create a version of them in your mind, a version that may not exist. You expect your friend to always be there for you. You expect your partner to read your mind. You expect your family to support your dreams. You expect your efforts to be recognized. You expect the world to reward your hard work immediately. But these are just stories we write in our heads. The world never promised you fairness. People never promised they would always understand you. Life never promised it would match your timelines. When reality doesn't match the illusion you created, pain comes rushing in. 2. Appreciation creates peace. Now imagine this. Instead of expecting someone to show up for you, you appreciate them when they do. Instead of expecting loyalty, you value it deeply when it's given. Instead of expecting opportunities, you are grateful when they appear. Instead of expecting life to go your way, you appreciate the lessons it gives you. Suddenly, every good moment becomes a blessing, not a requirement. Every kind gesture becomes a gift, not an obligation. Every effort someone makes becomes meaningful, not something taken for granted. Appreciation opens the heart. Expectation closes it. 3. Why expect nothing? Expecting nothing doesn't mean you stop caring. It doesn't mean you become cold, distant, or pessimistic. It means you stop tying your happiness to external behavior. When you expect nothing, you stop feeling disappointed constantly. You stop relying on others for emotional stability. You stop being shocked when people are imperfect. You stop assuming the world owes you something. You stop living in a fantasy. You start seeing reality clearly. When you live without expectation, you live with freedom. You begin to say, I don't expect you to be perfect. I appreciate you for who you are. I don't expect life to be easy. I appreciate the strength I gain. I don't expect success overnight. I appreciate every small step. This is emotional maturity. 4. Appreciation magnifies happiness. Here's something powerful. You can't be simultaneously grateful and miserable. Try it. Think of 3 things you're grateful for right now. Your mind instantly shifts. Your energy lifts. Your heart softens. Appreciation rewires your brain to recognize abundance. Expectation tricks your brain into believing you don't have enough. People with expectations say, I'll be happy when. People with appreciation say, I'm happy because. One lives in the future. The other lives in the present. One waits for conditions. The other creates joy. 5. What happens when you stop expecting from people? Relationships become healthier. Why? Because you stop placing invisible pressure on others. You no longer think, they should have called. They should have checked on me. They should know what I need. They should treat me better. Instead, you focus on what is, not what should be. You appreciate genuine effort. You recognize real love. You stop wasting energy on disappointment. You stop resenting people for not meeting expectations they never agreed to. And here's the twist. When you stop expecting, people often give you more. Because they feel safe, valued, and appreciated. Appreciation attracts. Expectation repels. 6. What about standards? This is important. Expect nothing does not mean accept anything. You can have strong standards. You can have boundaries. You can walk away from disrespect. You can choose who belongs in your life. But standards are about what you allow. Expectations are about how others should behave. Standards protect you. Expectations hurt you. 7. Mastering this law in daily life. Here's how you apply it. Don't expect people to understand your journey. Most are not walking your path. Don't expect instant results. Trust the process, appreciate progress. Don't expect validation. Validate yourself. Don't expect perfection. Appreciate effort. Don't expect constant happiness. Appreciate simple moments of peace. Maturity is choosing gratitude over entitlement, presence over fantasy, appreciation over expectation. 8. Appreciation builds a wealth mindset. This law is especially powerful for success. People think wealth comes from more money, more success, more achievements. But real abundance begins with appreciating what you already have. Because gratitude creates clarity. Clarity builds discipline. And discipline brings success. Appreciation sharpens your focus. It helps you recognize opportunities. It keeps you humble. It pushes you forward without frustration. It keeps you grounded on the journey. A mind that appreciates stays open. A mind that expects stays dissatisfied. Final thoughts on Law 2. When you expect nothing, life surprises you. People impress you. Moments touch you. Small things feel extraordinary. Peace becomes your natural state. And happiness becomes independent, rooted in who you are, not what others do. Maturity is not asking the world to change. It's changing how you see the world. And this leads us straight into the next powerful truth of life. Law 3. Do your best and trust the process. There is a moment in everyone's journey where doubt creeps in, where progress feels slow, where effort feels invisible, and where quitting feels easier than continuing. It's in those moments that maturity demands you remember one truth. Do your best and trust the process. Most people want success quickly. They want results immediately. They want recognition instantly. They want transformation overnight. But life doesn't work according to your impatience. Life works according to your consistency. And the path of maturity teaches this. Your job is effort. The universe's job is timing. Let's go deep into why this law is one of the most important foundations of a successful life. 1. Doing your best means showing up even when you don't feel like it. Motivation is easy. Discipline is maturity. Anyone can work hard when they feel inspired. But only mature people work hard when they don't. Doing your best isn't about perfection. It's about presence. It means you show up on the days you're tired. You stay committed on the days you doubt yourself. You keep going when no one is watching. You keep believing even when you can't see results. Showing up with consistency is more powerful than showing up with intensity. A little effort every day beats massive effort once in a while. 2. Trusting the process means you stop forcing outcomes. One of the biggest signs of immaturity is impatience. The desire to control when results should arrive. You see people start a new habit and expect instant change. Start a business and expect instant success. Start healing and expect instant peace. But transformation doesn't follow your schedule. The process shapes you before it rewards you. It builds your character before it builds your results. It strengthens your foundation before it elevates your life. When you trust the process, you release pressure and allow growth to unfold naturally. 3. Effort is your responsibility. Results are not. This is a truth most people struggle with. You are responsible for effort, not outcomes. You can do everything right and still not see immediate results. That doesn't mean you're failing. It means the outcome is still forming. A seed doesn't sprout the day you plant it. A tree doesn't grow the moment you water it. A dream doesn't manifest the moment you desire it. Success has a rhythm. Growth has a pace. Everything meaningful takes time. Immature people give up during the waiting season. Mature people keep doing the work and trust that the harvest will come. Not when they want it, but when it's meant to. 4. Doubt is normal. Stopping is optional. Everyone experiences doubt. Am I good enough? Is this worth it? Will this ever work? Why is progress so slow? But maturity is understanding that doubts are part of the journey, not a reason to quit the journey. Your consistency must be stronger than your insecurity. Your purpose must be stronger than your fear. Your long-term vision must be louder than your temporary emotions. Remember this. Doubt kills more dreams than failure ever will. 5. The process is building you even when you can't see it. There are seasons in life where it feels like nothing is changing. But something is changing. You are changing. You're becoming more patient, more disciplined, more focused, more resilient, more emotionally mature. Every challenge is teaching you. Every delay is preparing you. Every setback is strengthening you. Every hardship is building you. The process is not working against you. It's working for you. The version of you that reaches the goal cannot be the same version that started the journey. The process is what transforms you into someone capable of receiving what you're asking for. 6. Trusting the process doesn't mean doing nothing. Many people misunderstand this law. Trusting the process does not mean relaxing and waiting. It means working with faith instead of fear. Do your best. Take action. Improve. Grow. Show up. Trust the process. Believe that the results will come at the right time. Faith and effort are partners. You need both. 7. Patience is the highest currency of maturity. A mature person knows. If you rush the process, you ruin the process. You cannot rush healing. You cannot rush mastery. You cannot rush success. You cannot rush personal growth. You cannot rush destiny. Anything rushed is fragile. Anything grown slowly is powerful. Patience doesn't mean waiting and doing nothing. Patience means continuing with confidence, even when the reward is unseen. 8. Comparison kills trust. One of the biggest reasons people stop believing in their journey is comparison. They see someone else succeed faster, someone else grow quicker, someone else become successful sooner, and suddenly they feel behind. But comparison is an illusion. Everyone's timing is different. Everyone's struggles are invisible. Everyone's blessings are unique. Your chapter 2 cannot be compared to someone else's chapter 20. When you compare, you lose gratitude. When you lose gratitude, you lose focus. When you lose focus, you lose progress. Stay in your lane. Trust your timing. Honor your own journey. 9. Do your best to become your best. Every time you give your best, even in small ways, you evolve. You become more capable, more confident, more disciplined, more aligned with your potential. Doing your best is not about perfection. It's about progress. Every day you give your best. You move forward. And you improve. You rise. You grow. Progress compounds. Small steps become big victories. Tiny improvements become life-changing transformations. The process rewards those who stay committed. 10. The mature mindset. A mature person says, I don't know how long it will take, but I'm committed. I don't know when results will come, but I'm not stopping. I don't know what the future holds, but I trust myself. That mindset is unstoppable. That mindset builds greatness. That mindset creates success that lasts. Final thoughts on Law 3. So repeat this truth to yourself. Do your best and trust the process, because your best shapes your character, and the process shapes your destiny. Success is not magic. It is consistency. It is patience. It is faith. It is maturity, and it is yours, as long as you keep going. Law 4. Learn to react less. There is a moment in maturity when you realize something life-changing. Not every comment deserves a response. Not every insult deserves your energy. Not every situation deserves your reaction. Not every person deserves your attention. Immature people react quickly, emotionally, impulsively, like a fire that ignites instantly with the smallest spark. But mature people, they move differently. They understand that reacting to everything is the fastest way to lose peace, lose control, and lose themselves. Maturity is not about having no emotions. It's about mastering them. And this law, learn to react less, is the foundation of emotional intelligence, inner strength, and unshakable peace. Let's dive deep into the truth behind this powerful law. 1. Reaction comes from emotion. Response comes from wisdom. When someone disrespects you, when life throws a problem at you, when things go wrong, your first impulse is usually emotional. Anger, frustration, fear, sadness, anxiety. But emotional reactions are temporary and often destructive. A mature person doesn't respond from impulse. They respond from awareness. Immature people explode. Mature people evaluate. Immature people speak blindly. Mature people speak mindfully. Immature people act instantly. Mature people breathe first. Your reaction is your emotion. Your response is your intelligence. Learning to react less means giving your intelligence a chance to lead. 2. Not everything needs your attention. This is one of the most liberating truths in life. You don't need to attend every argument you're invited to. People will provoke you, some intentionally, some accidentally, some because provoking others is the only power they have, some because chaos is their comfort zone. But you do not have to participate. You do not have to match their energy. You do not have to explain yourself to everyone. Silence is sometimes the loudest answer. Distance is sometimes the strongest reaction. Walking away is sometimes the most powerful move your peace is worth. 3. Reacting less doesn't mean you don't care. Many people misunderstand this law. They think reacting less means suppressing emotions, becoming passive, or not caring. No, reacting less means caring intelligently, not emotionally. It means you don't waste energy on things that won't matter tomorrow. You don't lose control just because someone else is losing theirs. You don't allow others to dictate your emotional state. You don't fall into emotional traps. You don't exhaust yourself over every situation. It is maturity. It is discipline. It is emotional self-control. 4. Reaction is a weakness people use against you. Here's a truth most never realize. The more reactive you are, the easier you are to manipulate. If someone can trigger you easily, they can control you easily. They can make you angry, make you insecure, make you defensive, make you lose focus, make you doubt yourself. People who want to disrupt your peace don't need strategy. They just need access to your emotions. When you react less, you take back your power. You become unreadable, unshakable, untouchable. You become a mystery, and mystery is strength. 5. Reaction comes from ego. Peace comes from maturity. Most emotional reactions come from ego, not truth. How dare they? I need to defend myself. They can't talk to me like that. I have to prove them wrong. But ego is loud, insecure, and fragile. Ego reacts. Wisdom observes. A mature person doesn't fight every battle because they understand. You don't need to win arguments to win in life. You don't need to defend your worth. You don't need to prove you're right. You don't need validation from people who don't matter. Your ego wants noise. Your soul wants peace. Choose your soul. 6. The power of pausing before you react. 1 second. That's all it takes to transform your entire life. Before reacting, pause and ask, is this worth it? Will this matter in 1 hour? Will this matter in 1 year? Is this response coming from emotion or wisdom? Is this reaction adding peace or taking it away? That 1 second of awareness can save relationships, opportunities, respect, peace, and self-control. A pause is maturity in action. 7. People respect the one who doesn't react easily. The person who stays calm in chaos becomes the leader in any room. The person who doesn't react becomes the one others trust. The person who controls their emotions becomes the one others admire. The person who stays composed becomes the one others follow. Because stability is rare, and rare is valuable. Imagine someone yelling, and you stay calm. Imagine someone provoking you, and you stay centered. Imagine someone trying to disrespect you, and you don't give them access to your emotions. That is strength. That is maturity. That is control. 8. Overreacting costs you more than you realize. Reactions have consequences. Many permanent problems come from temporary emotions. People lose relationships because of one reaction. People ruin careers because of one outburst. People create enemies because of one moment of anger. People destroy their own peace because they respond without thinking. Reacting less protects your future. It protects your identity. It protects your reputation. It protects your opportunities. It protects your peace. 9. The mature mind doesn't seek drama. It seeks clarity. Immature minds create drama. Mature minds avoid it. Immature minds argue to be heard. Mature minds choose silence to stay peaceful. Immature minds get offended easily. Mature minds simply observe. When you learn to react less, you stop living in emotional chaos. You stop being drained. You stop being stressed. You stop being controlled by external negativity. 10. Final thoughts on Law 4. Learning to react less doesn't happen overnight. It takes awareness, practice, and patience. But once you master this law, life becomes significantly easier. Because not everything deserves your attention. Not every battle deserves your strength. Not every situation deserves your energy. Not every person deserves a reaction. Maturity is not about silence. It's about selective silence. It's not about ignoring everything. It's about protecting your peace from unnecessary noise. React less, and watch how your life transforms. Law 5. Stop telling people everything. There comes a point in life when you finally understand that not everyone who listens cares, and not everyone who smiles supports you. This is where maturity teaches a simple but life-changing truth. Stop telling people everything. We grow up believing that sharing our dreams, our plans, our struggles, and our feelings will bring us closer to others. But maturity teaches the opposite. Too much access leads to vulnerability, and too much vulnerability leads to unnecessary pain. Let's break this law down. 1. People can only understand you from their level, not yours. When you share your goals, people don't hear your vision. They hear their limitations. You may speak from ambition, but they listen from insecurity. You may speak from hope, but they listen from fear. And sometimes, they end up discouraging you. Not because your dream is impossible, but because they can't imagine themselves achieving it. Maturity is knowing when to stay silent about your plans and let your results do the talking. 2. Privacy protects your peace. The less people know, the less they can question, the less they can judge, the less they can sabotage, the less they can interfere. Not every chapter of your life needs an audience. Not every idea needs exposure. Not every emotion needs expression. Some things grow better in silence. Your healing, your goals, your next move, your personal life, your future plans. Peace comes from privacy. 3. Not everyone deserves access to you. Mature people understand that access is a privilege, not a right. So they choose carefully who they confide in, who they trust, who they share details with, who they allow into their inner circle. Most misunderstandings, betrayals, and disappointments come from giving the wrong people too much information. Protect your energy the way you protect your money, with boundaries. 4. Talking too much weakens your power. When you share everything, you spread your energy thin. You give people the ability to influence your decisions, pollute your confidence, or redirect your focus. Strong people don't reveal everything. Successful people don't explain everything. Mature people don't announce everything. They move quietly. They build privately. They grow invisibly. And then they shine publicly. Your silence is not weakness. It is strategy. 5. Final thoughts on Law 5. The world doesn't need to know your next step. People don't need access to your entire story. Your goals don't need approval. Your dreams don't need validation. There is power in mystery. There is strength in privacy. There is freedom in silence. So protect your plans. Guard your heart. Share selectively. Stop telling people everything. And watch your life grow in peace, purpose, and stability. Law 6. Choose your friends wisely. Let me start with a truth that many people learn too late. Your environment is stronger than your willpower. You can have the biggest dreams, the greatest talent, and the strongest intentions. But if the people around you drain your energy, discourage your progress, or distract you from your purpose, your growth will always be limited. Maturity is not just about who you are becoming. It's also about who you surround yourself with while you grow. You see, friendships are powerful. Friends influence the way you think, what you believe, and how you react to life. They can either elevate your mindset or slowly destroy it. That's why choosing your friends wisely is not optional. It's essential. A mature person understands this. Not everyone deserves access to your life. Not everyone deserves a seat at your table. And not everyone you like is good for your future. Some people appear friendly but carry negativity like a shadow. They gossip about others, complain about everything, and never take responsibility. Be careful. These habits are contagious. Spend enough time with people like that, and you'll slowly begin to mirror their mindset. Then there are those who only show up when they need something from you, but disappear the moment you need them. Friendship is not about convenience. It's about consistency, loyalty, and mutual respect. The people you keep close should inspire you, not exhaust you. They should challenge you, not compete with you. They should celebrate your success, not get jealous of it. A true friend doesn't feel threatened by your growth. They grow with you. Maturity means learning to let go of friendships that no longer align with your values or your direction. It doesn't mean you hate them. It doesn't mean you're better than them. It simply means you're choosing peace, progress, and purpose over comfort. So ask yourself, who makes you feel motivated? Who pushes you to think bigger? Who brings out the best in you? Those are the people you need to protect and keep close. And equally important, ask this. Who makes you doubt yourself? Who drains your energy? Who keeps pulling you back into old habits? Those are the people you must distance yourself from, quietly and respectfully. Remember, maturity is not measured by how many friends you have, but by the quality of the friendships you choose. Choose people who clap when you win. Choose people who give you honest feedback. Choose people who want to see you rise, because they're rising too. That's law number 6. Choose your friends wisely. Your circle is either your cage or your launch pad. Choose the one that lifts you higher. If you're enjoying this series on 6 laws of maturity, don't forget to like this video, share it with someone who needs it, and subscribe to Auto Millionaire Mindset for more content that fuels your growth. Thanks for watching, and remember, your mindset shapes your destiny.